All right, welcome everyone. Let's take our seat in the middle of our mats, and you can take any seat that's comfortable for you. If you prefer to sit up on a block or a blanket, feel free to take that option and just take a few moments to maybe wiggle back and forth to get your sit bones level. Maybe you want to roll out your shoulders a little bit, let your head drop from side to side, just kind of getting the kinks of the day out before you find yourself settling in. And then before we close our eyes, once you get settled in, let's take our palms to meet and go ahead and rub them vigorously. For my friends and yogis up north, this would be something you're doing already quite a bit. But we want to make a little heat and just make that connection. Feel the energy starting to build. And then once you feel some warmth being created, I'll invite you to close your eyes and go ahead and allow the hands to just place over your heart center. So just take a nice deep, full breath into your nose, feeling that warmth and feeling the chest rise up into your palms, let your belly expand, open mouth, let it go with a, and hey, you've arrived. That's the good news, you are here. So just allow yourself to begin to feel that warmth start to permeate through your body. Feel the connection that you're starting to make between the mind and the body. Letting your mind begin to take a little bit of a back seat as your body begins to take a forward seat. And it may be a while since you've actually found your way to your mat. Whether it has been a while or whether you've been practicing every day, a few things remain the same. One, we always begin again. We begin at the beginning. We begin with the beginner's mind. We begin with finding our breath. Just allow that to happen here. Giving yourself permission to arrive and to connect. And another thing that always remains true is that this is a practice. So whether we're at it every day or from time to time, just give yourself permission to understand that a practice is exactly that. And we do our best when we show up. We give our full attention. We breathe, we stretch, we open, and we're content with that. We find that Sanskrit element of contentment called santosha. So between gratitude and santosha, contentment, right, we allow the practice to fulfill ourselves in ways that other things may not. So tonight, just let that understanding and those thoughts kind of guide you. Be at peace with where you are. Be in your body, be with your breath. And let the sense of gratitude and permission and acceptance just rise and fall with your breath. Just notice how nice it feels to sit, to expand and deepen your breath, and to be out of your head and into your body just a little bit more. Feels so good. Take a nice full breath in and let that belly drop down deep into your hips, allowing the belly to rise, the ribs to expand, and the chest to lift. And you'll hold the breath at the top. Feel your fullness, feel your life force. And then gently open the lips and just let the breath out slowly, really, really slowly. Pushing it out as you draw your navel towards your spine. Feeling the contraction, feeling the letting go, And finally, feeling the emptiness. When you're completely empty, take a deep breath in one more time. Fill yourself up. And as you exhale, let your eyes open and let your hands release outside of your hips. Follow a beautiful breath of your own cadence, nice and full. All my yogis here, you know how to breathe. So set a steady pace for yourself and lean back and unwind your legs and take them nice and wide. We're going to windshield wiper the legs from left to right to get right into our hips, right at the beginning of class. So for anyone who's been seated today, this is going to feel really good. And we want to just send our awareness into the hips, maybe the knees, you might be feeling it there too. Next time you come to the right, let the knees stay dropped down. And then invite this left hip up. So you're going to kind of drop the left knee down and lift the hip up. And I'm going to lean back into my shoulders, just pressing my glute forward and my hip forward. And this should feel like a nice, easy stretch, maybe going a little bit deeper into that IT band, getting a little bit of internal rotation here. Breathe into that. And then pick up your left hand and take it all the way back behind you. We're going to twist to the back. So walk your hands so that they're shoulder width distance apart and turn your chest to the back of your mat. So you can stay upright and just feel that rotation right through the center of your body, or you're welcome to lower down onto your forearms if it's accessible and go a little bit deeper. Let your legs be heavy, anchor them down, and just feel the nice wringing out of your spine and the gentle massage to your internal organs. Relax your head, maybe shake it yes and no here, and breathe. Notice how the breath travels a little bit differently when you're in the depth of a twist, right? It feels like it takes a little more effort. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, plant your palms, lift yourself up, and unwind back to the front and over to the other side. So knees to the left, we want them to more or less land at 90 degrees. And now we're going to invite that right hip crease up and away from you. So kind of lifting and pressing the right knee down, leaning back into the shoulders, feeling perhaps a little bit of a deeper stretch along that outer hip band. Always a sensitive area for me and always a welcome spot to stretch out. All right, let's take the right hand up and we're going to twist to the back just like we did on the other side. Bring your hands shoulder width distance apart. You can press into your palms and lift your chest, get a little length in the spine. And then if you feel like you can come on down, lower to the forearms. This side may feel completely different, but just come back to your breath and let the breath really travel up and down the length of your spine. Keeping the shoulders and the neck relaxed. Let your head go and breathe. Take a full breath in. On the exhale, plant your palms, straighten your arms, and twist yourself back to center. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together in front of us and interlace your hands and wrap them underneath the outer edge of your foot. So on the pinky toe side. Draw the heels into any place that feels comfortable for you, where you're getting a good stretch. And then between gravity and your own effort, let your knees open wide. So press them down towards the mat, lift your heart up, let your spine grow from your tailbone up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are relaxed. If you feel like maybe a little pulsing would be helpful, like little butterfly wings, you're welcome to go there. Whatever feels good. If the heels close into the groin don't feel good, take it a little bit further away and grab your ankles. Any variation there. If you'd like to get a nice stretch out of your lower back, Pull your chest forward, draw your shoulders down your back, and lean out and over your feet. So try not to round the back. You want to keep your sternum lifted. We want to stretch those outer hips and the low back. So feel like you're lifting out of the sacrum, lifting out of that space at your low back, creating space with your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Come on back if you lean forward, and let's bring ourselves into a tabletop position. So you may want to clear your space if you have anything around you, because we're going to be swinging our legs fully out. So you want room around you to do that. So bringing yourself into tabletop, let's send our right leg back. So we'll begin there. Your palms are nice and grounded. Your fingers are spread wide. Maybe tuck your left toes under for a little more stability. Lift your right leg up, flex your foot, engage that thigh, and as you inhale, take your leg out to the right. So you're bringing it out at 90 degrees. Exhale, you're going to swing it to the left, like a big doggy tail wag. Inhale to the right. Exhale, wag it over to the left, and let your spine and your torso move with you. To the right and to the left, keeping your leg lifted. One more time to the right. This time, lower the toes down. So I'm going to turn the other way so you can see where we're going. Bring yourself up for gate pose, and then lift those right toes up and point them towards the top of your mat. We're going to go ahead and bend into that right knee, and you'll start to feel a deep stretch in your groin and your inner legs. Maybe rest that right forearm right on that right thigh. Lean into it, stretching those muscles out. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely feel this, and it feels good. Like I need it. If you feel like it, you can even bring that left arm up and overhead, going a little bit deeper. You'll notice my left toes are tucked, and that helps with the stabilization of my body. Good, let's come on up. We're gonna straighten that leg and turn the toes back towards the long edge of the mat. Lower the left hand down, right arm up, right leg up, and then press or stamp your right foot away from you as if you were stamping it onto a wall behind you. So engaging these bigger muscles. Breathe into it. Maybe take that right arm overhead, get long. Keep your heel pressing away from you. Keep your foot engaged and your leg muscles nice and active. We'll bend that top knee, sweep your right arm back to catch your foot. Let's open up our quad in the front of our hip. Roll that right shoulder back as you press your foot into your hand. Let your head go any amount here. Breathe into it. It should feel really, really nice. One more breath. And then on the exhale, very carefully, release, bringing the foot back to where it was, extend it out, and draw yourself back and upright. My left toes are tucked, so keep them there, or tuck them if you haven't. Bring your arms up and overhead. Press down into that right foot. We're going to turn to the left, and we're going to lean our left hand all the way back, reaching for that left heel. Now reach the right arm overhead and press your hips forward, coming into this yummy back bend and front body stretch. So try not to compress your low back, but instead lengthen your front side and open up here. Let that right arm just circle around, getting right into the shoulder. Couple nice big rotations, switching direction. Woo! I hope you feel this. And then when you're ready, take yourself up. We're going to draw that right knee in to meet the left. Now bring your hands to your hips, tuck both toes, and you're going to keep your body perfectly vertical, but start to engage the quads and your core muscles and lean back. So your whole body is moving back in one plane. You should feel a good stretch and some engagement here. Take a breath in. Exhale to come back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to lean back. Stay, hold, come to any degree back that you can. And then exhale to make your way back up. Good job, guys. All right, other side. Left leg, come back to tabletop. Extend your left leg all the way back. And then lift it up so that the heel lines up with your sit bone. Tuck those right toes under for stability. Flex the foot and drive the heel away from you. On your next breath in, swing the leg out to the left. And then exhale over to the right, wagging your doggy tail. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Last time over to the left, hold it. And then lower the foot down. Rise on up into your gate pose. I will turn once again so you can see where we're going. Lift your left toes up and spin them away from you. So you're pointing your toe and then bend into that knee, allowing that left forearm to rest just behind the knee. Breathing into your inner leg lines on this side and maybe bringing that right arm up and overhead. Oh, such a yummy stretch. I hope you guys are feeling it. Do you like this one? I do need this one. All right, let's come on up. Spin the toes back so they're facing the long side of the mat. And then lower the right hand down, left arm up, left leg up. So use those outer IT band muscles to lift the leg and to keep it lifted. And then drive that heel away from you. Press it, press it, press it as if you had a wall there. Maybe send that left arm overhead and get long. Wow, how good does that feel? Woo! All right, then the knee, let's go a little bit deeper for feel good here. Grab that left foot and press it into your hand as you roll the shoulder back. Open up your hip, stretch out your quad, let your head go. You can look up, down, anywhere in between. So nice. One more breath. And then a nice, slow, careful release. That left foot comes down, plug it into the mat, rise on up. Bring your arms up and overhead, twist to the right so that you can reach back with that right hand to find your right heel, and then lean back, letting your left arm reach back, press your hips forward, open up your chest, and then allow the left arm to start to circle. Take it as wide as you can. Woo, feels good. And other direction. Nice and juicy circles. Beautiful. And then circle yourself up, draw the knees in, and let's come to a seated position with your sit bones right in the middle of the mat and your feet towards the top. We'll bend the knees, grab onto your shins just below your kneecaps, and let's massage our back with a few seated cow cats. So as we breathe in, we're going to draw the heart forward, lift the sternum, and pull the shoulders down the back. And as we breathe out, tuck chin to chest, scoop out your belly, and round all the way back until your arms are straight. Maybe close your eyes and breathe in, feeling your spine extend. And with eyes closed, breathe out and roll back, feeling your spine flex open. Let's do a couple like this on our own. Really taking time to kind of target the spine, drop your awareness in there, breathe through the movement, and just know that your spine is really, really, really digging this. It's a really nice way to begin to sync up your breath and your movement as well. It's something that we're all familiar with and we know how beneficial it is. Come on up, draw the heart space forward, and then release the hands, tuck the chin to the chest, and with control, please use your core muscles here, roll down. Do not be in a hurry, take your time. You want this to feel like something. And then once you're down, draw your knees up into a tabletop position. A little core work, because I know you all asked for it, and Thanksgiving told me we needed it. So you can take this a little bit deeper by taking your hands behind your head and lifting your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, but that's not required. You can do this whole sequence with your head, neck, and shoulders down. So choose whatever feels right. Feel free to switch it up. With your legs in tabletop, we're just gonna alternate tapping right foot, left foot. So this is a pretty subtle move, but your core should be super engaged. In fact, place your hands right there at your belly, lower abdominals, and just notice what's going on. There should be a tightness there, an engagement, right? One at a time, we just lower and tap, bringing the legs back to 90 degrees. So there's not a lot of movement, it's really isolated. Awesome. All right. So if you were going for it, your head, neck, and shoulders would be up. And now we're just going to switch it up, and instead of tapping, we're going to extend. So right leg out, in, left out, and in. So we're just alternating back and forth. Again, you can rest the head, neck, and shoulders, or you can stay upright for a little more oomph. Try to keep your legs really engaged and keep dropping your belly button down towards your spine. Remember, this is a practice, so if you need to modify or take a break, it's totally cool. If you want to go deeper, bicycle it out and add a twist. Opposite elbow towards the knee, right? And you can even do this on your back. Maybe just use your arm. Just a couple more to kind of get right in there. Feel the heat rising. Feel the abs talking. Take a couple more. Let's do 2, 2, 1, and 1. All right, down you go. Draw your knees into your chest, and then just take a little rock from side to side. All right, the core work is sort of over. Bring your knees back to that tabletop position. Let's take a quick spinal twist. Let the knees drop down to the right. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg and turn your gaze off to the left. Let your breath settle. Feel all that energy that was created from your navel center out through your body. That beautiful third chakra, solar plexus. Giving it a good squeeze now as we twist. Releasing that, roll back to center and drop your knees off to the other side. Spinal twists are just the best. I always welcome them in a class whenever they appear. So enjoy this one. Let your right shoulder relax as much as you can. Turn your gaze to the right. Feel that juicy ringing out of your spine. Let your belly soften. Awesome. And slowly bring yourself back. Take your hands and tuck them behind your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest. Let's roll ourselves up a couple of times and back. Again, a nice little massage for the spine, the low back. And as you come up, cross your ankles. We'll flip over them and we'll make our way right into downward facing dog. So plant your hands and shift your hips up and back nice and high. Hands are in line with the shoulders. Feet in line with the hips or slightly outer hip distance. Press forward and down into the hands as you let the hips rise. And take a walk, if you'd like, bending one knee and then the other. Just allowing those hamstrings to wake up, get a good stretch. Oh, yeah. And when you do find stillness, envision pressing your rib cage back towards your thighs, pressing your thighs back towards the back of your mat, and letting your heels drop just a little bit further. Take a nice full breath in, and then open your mouth, let it go with a ha. Ha. Oh, yeah. Let's inhale high on the toes. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest, and as you exhale, round your way forward into plank pose. So again, we're thinking about kind of massaging the spine here. On your next breath in, soften the hips, stay on the toes, and pull your heart forward into modified up dog. Stretching the front line of the body, letting your shoulders drop. And then on an exhale, contract your navel towards your spine and pull back for downward facing dog. So we'll do that a couple of times. Just think of this as a wave almost of motion and like a spinal massage. So inhale high on the toes, roll yourself forward to plank. Exhale as you soften the hips down, pull your heart forward and up. Take a deep breath in here in your modified up dog. Exhale, pull the navel towards the spine and pull back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale high on the toes, roll yourself forward to plank. Exhale as you soften those hips. Draw the heart up. Take the gaze up if you can. Pull your shoulders down, breathe in. Exhale, pull it back. Use your core muscles. Breathe out. Beautiful. One more time. We'll come forward into plank. Hold here. Press the mat away. Drop to your knees if you need the support. That's cool, right? It's a practice. Feel your shoulder blades protracting. Feel your navel lifting. Feel your tailbone pulling towards your heels. One more beautiful breath in. And on the exhale, let's bend the elbows, come slowly, slowly down to your belly. Untuck the toes here. Sweep your arms back behind you, find a clasp, or grab opposite elbows. Anchor your toes, anchor your thighs and your hips, and inhale, peel your chest up, roll the shoulders back, and stretch your knuckles towards your heels. We're keeping our legs grounded. This is a progressive Shalabhasana. One more breath in. On the exhale, lower down, dropping the forehead to the mat. Now on your next breath in, point your toes and lift just your legs. See if you can roll the outer flesh on the hips down and the inner flesh on the thighs up, activating your thighs, activating the tops of the feet, point and breathe, stretch and release. Good, now on our next breath in, we're gonna bring everything up. So rise up, bringing the chest and the legs and the arms up and away from the mat, squeezing your shoulder blades onto your back, lifting from the center of your chest, reaching your toes away from you. One more breath in and exhale to release. Woo! Take one cheek to the mat, release the heads of the shoulders to the floor, and just shimmy your hips from side to side. Switch the cheeks, turn the head the other way. You can even bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs. Awesome. Come to stillness. Bring your hands alongside your lower ribs and let's press back to child's pose and enjoy this pose. Really feel into your back body with your breath. Your knees can be wide or you can be laying your chest right on top of your thighs, whatever feels good. Stretch your arms forward. Maybe come onto your finger pads and pull your arm bones into your shoulder socket. Just feel that connection there. Oh, that should feel good. Release anything that you need to here. Breathe into your back body and return to this pose at any time you need to. All right, set your gaze forward, stretch your arms forward, and let's find downward facing dog. Lift your tailbone high, shake your head out, and just check in. Notice how your body's starting to feel now with all of this love and attention and breath and stretching. Pretty darn good, right? That's why we come to yoga again and again. All right, take your hands to meet more towards the center of your mat. So thumbs are going to meet here, and we're going to walk wide, coming up into, you got it, Malasana. So turn your toes out, and then start to bend the knees, dropping the tailbone down, and eventually lifting the chest up. Now, if you've been away from Malasana for a while and you need a block, grab your block and sit on it. It's an awesome way to get back into this pose if you need a little assist. So take your right elbow, you're gonna press it into that right inner knee, left elbow, press into it, push your palms together and let the magic happen. This is so nice on the low back as well. Wherever you're feeling it, send your breath, your smile, your sunshine, and let the magic happen. Breathing into it, settling into it, reminding ourselves that yoga isn't so much about the pose, it's about how we feel in the pose, right? And getting to that place between effort and ease where everything starts to just open up for us. That's when we find that beautiful flow. And take one more breath in here. And then exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Slowly, slowly, slowly come into a forward fold. So tilt your weight forward, let that head drop. Start to straighten the legs and then heel toe the feet in underneath your hips. Keep a generous bend in the knees if you need it, right? If those hamstrings are talking to you, keep the knees bent. Whatever variation would feel good to you here. Grab opposite elbows if you'd like, take a sway. Just be kind to yourself and don't get hung up on how you look or what's going on. Just be in your body, accept, appreciate, right? Find that compassion, that ahimsa, and just know that you're doing something good, right? You're here. You're here. You may want to interlace your hands behind your skull, get a nice release through the neck, relax your shoulders. Oh yeah, good stuff. And then let the hands just drop towards the mat. Plant your fingertips onto the floor, and as you inhale, come up high on your toes. Stretch out the front of your feet. Breathe into the arches, the ankles, the tops of the feet. Feel the engagement, all 10 toes pressing into the earth. And then gently release the heels down. Ragdoll your upper body, let your arms go soft and roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Head is heavy. Your shoulders are relaxed. Build your spine as you bring yourself upright. Bringing the crown of the head up last. Take a little movement, just get into yourself here a little bit. And then once you feel like you've got all of the kinks out, come into mountain pose, Tadasana. So bringing your feet underneath your hips, we're going to turn the palms forward. Ground down through the soles of the feet and activate your legs from your foundation, right? The feet up. So feel that turning on sensation, the lifting of the kneecaps, the engagement of the thighs. Drag your tailbone down towards the earth as you begin to lengthen your spine up through the crown of the head. Feel how yummy it feels to be in alignment. Shoulders over hips, hips over the heels, your heart open and lifted, your navel drawn lightly in, your legs engaged. It's like you're this wonderful beam of energy from the earth to the sky. Beautiful. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale it out in gratitude for making your way to the mat tonight. How good it feels to be here. And then we'll inhale, take the arms overhead, reach for your left wrist with your right hand. Grab it and pull your arms to straight. And on the exhale, you're gonna lean to the right. We're gonna stretch out our whole side body here. Roll your right shoulder underneath you a little bit more and your left shoulder back. You may even want to turn your head up and underneath your left arm. And just press those hips to the left, keeping really grounded through your feet. If you want to add a little something, lift your left foot up and take it back behind you. We'll stay on the ball of the foot. You're going to bend both knees and kind of curtsy. This will go a little bit deeper into your left hip. At least that's where I feel it, right across the front and to the outer band. So just a little extra here if you'd like. And then rise on up. Switch sides. Grabbing that right wrist, pull it up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, you'll lean to the left and press the hips to the right. Try to roll that right shoulder back and the left shoulder underneath you. So you're kind of turning your torso up towards the sky. Your gaze can lift as well. Keep stretching and grounding, stretching and grounding. And then maybe lift that right foot and take it back behind you. Land on the ball of the foot. Bend your front knee and stretch a little bit deeper into that right side. So you want to push your right heel away from you, but not into the ground. Good. One more breath in. And then on the exhale, bring yourself back to center and release the arms down. Give the shoulders a good roll. Let's take a nice flow. So coming to the top of your mat, we'll kind of take a modified flow because, you know, I like to modify. Inhale as we bring the arms up and overhead. Reach for the sky. Exhale with your nice flat back. Pull your navel in and come down. Forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back as you take your gaze past the top of your mat. And on the exhale, step your left foot back, come into a lunge. Keep your knee lifted. Press that left heel away from you and lift your heart forward. Feel that beautiful stretch in the front of your left hip. And taking a deep breath in. On the exhale, shift the hips back and pull the right leg to straight. Wrap your right sit bone back. Pull the right hip crease back. Maybe draw your right toes up. Go deep into your hamstring wherever it feels good and breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. As we inhale, we'll come back into a front bent knee. Exhale as we step back to plank pose. Pressing the mat away, keep your chest lifted, engage your entire body here. Turn everything on. On the next breath in, let's rock forward on the toes. On the exhale, to the belly or halfway down. Elbows stay close. Inhale, choose your back bend. Cobra if you're on your belly, or up dog, lifting the kneecaps and the thighs. And exhaling, rolling over the toes, slide your hips back, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in here. Let it go with a ha. And then inhale that right leg up again, reach it high. Exhale, step it forward, place it up by your thumb. Take a deep breath in. On the next exhale, left foot steps up to meet the right, fold forward. Halfway lift, flat back, spine is long. Exhale, soften to fold. Inhale, root to rise. Press into your feet, circle your arms like your palms meet. And exhale, hands to the heart. Other side, big breath in. Keep your flow and your breath moving. Exhale, pull the belly in, flat back as you fold. Lifting halfway, extending the spine. Stepping your right leg back, coming into your lunge. Your knee stays lifted. Pressing that heel back and away from you, lift your heart forward. Feel that deep stretch in your psoas. Deep breath in. On the exhale, glide the hips back as you straighten that front leg, fold over. Runner's lunge. Imagine you had your thumb in your left hip crease. Pull that left hip crease back. Maybe pull the left toes back towards your shin. Keep lengthening your spine and breathing into your hamstrings. One more breath in. On the exhale, you're going to rebend into your knee. Step back to plank, left foot meets the right. Let's hold here. Inhale, lift just your right foot, take it a couple of inches off the ground. On the exhale, tap your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, take it back. And then exhale, lower the toes. Left side, inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, tap the tricep. Inhale, float the left foot back. And exhale, lower the toes. Inhale, roll forward onto the toes. Exhale, lower to belly or halfway down. Inhale, your choice of a back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, roll over your toes, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath in. Let it go. Again, big breath in. Audible exhale out. One more big breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Exhale. And then let that left leg lift. Step it on up by your left thumb. Breathe in as you stretch out, lifting the heart. Breathe out as you step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, engage your spine. Exhale, soften to fold. Inhale to rise, press into your feet, circle your arms overhead, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Good, now heel toe your feet together if you prefer that for Uttanasana, Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going into fierce pose, or if you like your feet separated, take them there. Bring your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we're going to sit down into our chair. So transfer your weight more into your heels. Squeeze outer hips in, pull navel in and up, and lift your chest, relaxing your inner shoulders. Feel your tailbone just dropping back and down. Let a little heat begin to build. Breathe into it. Yes. Good. Now inhale, sweep that right arm back. Take a twist, opening to the right. Exhale as you bring your arm forward. So we're staying low here. Other side, inhale as that left arm sweeps back, twist open. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, both arms sweep back into airplane. Exhale as you come onto the toes, lift your heels. Little balance challenge here. Do the best you can. Feel the wiggles, wobbles. Oh yeah. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then lower the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Halfway lift. And then we're going to step our left leg back and rise up into high lunge. So bring yourselves up. Settle into your pose, bending into your front knee, bringing that left heel over your left toes, squaring the chest forward, feeling the beauty of this pose. Really tapping into the strength of our legs. Awesome. Good. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Twist right here. Twist right here to the right. Now you can stay here. You can even extend your arms open. Or if you're feeling like you want to go for it, just lean forward and lower that elbow outside of the knee. Take whatever variation kind of feels right to you tonight. Press your palms together. Let your elbows stack. Bring out your spine. Beautiful. Stay grounded in your legs. Awesome. Good. Now inhale, unwind, rise up. exhale, open to warrior two. I'm going to turn to face you so your right leg is forward, right knee is bent, lining up that heel with the arch of the back foot. Settle in. Try to square your hips and your torso to the long side of your mat. Find a nice deep bend in that front knee. Anchor through your back leg. Turn the palms up. Roll the shoulders down the back. Good, let's inhale to reverse. Reaching it back. The legs stay exactly where they are. We're just stretching out that rib cage. On the exhale, bring the forearm to the thigh. Extended side angle. Press into the outer edge of that left foot and really tap into that stretch from foot to fingertips. Reach your right arm forward, engage your core, and then straighten your front leg and open up into Trikonasana. Spreading your arms open like a T. Imagine the wall behind you that you can lean into, setting the back of the head back into it. Look up at your thumb, engage your legs. Beautiful. Rise on up, inhale. On the exhale, pivot your right toes to the long side of the mat. Let's reach our hands back behind us, find a clasp. Roll the shoulders back and down and fold forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. So if you feel like you can widen your legs a little bit more, heel toe them out a little bit more. Bring your shoulder blades to meet on your back and keep lifting your arms up and away from your back. Bend into your right knee. Go as low as you can to stretch out that left inner leg. Stay breathing. Up and over to the left. Stay breathing. Nice job, guys. Into the center. Release the hands down. Pivot to the left. And then step the left foot back to meet the right. Plank pose. Option to take a vinyasa or to go right back to downward facing dog. Your choice. Really pay attention to your energy, how much you have and how much you want to use it. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. Yeah. Left leg will lift. Step it forward. Staying on the ball of the back foot. Hug the legs in and rise up into your high lunge. Anjaneyasana. Take whatever movement you need or modification that you need to here. Letting your inner shoulders relax. And then keeping the back leg as straight as possible. Or if you need to bend it because you've got a little tightness in your low back, that's really nice too. So whatever works for you. Be aware of where your left knee is. Try to stack it over that left ankle. And then hands will come down to the heart. So right from your navel center, we're going to twist to the left. Press your palms together. Send your elbows in opposite directions. You can stay here, just holding the upright twist. Maybe expand your arms out. Or maybe come into a twisting lunge. So hooking that right elbow outside the left knee. Turning your chest to the left. Pressing your palms together, stacking your elbows. Taking your gaze past your left elbow if you can. Breathe into it, it's a strong pose. Do the best you can. Good, and then inhale to unwind, rise up. And exhale, open to your warrior two. Make your adjustments, find your foundation. And then bend into that front knee. Notice how this really is opening the hips. Just a standing hip opener, really powerful here. Let that power just rise up through your legs and into your body. Turn your palms up, reach out, and inhale to reverse. dropping into your front knee, stretching out your rib cage. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. Draw that right shoulder back. Press strongly into your legs, especially feel the connection of your back leg. Let's release the left arm forward. Engage your core. Slowly, slowly, slowly straighten the front leg and open your arms to a T. Trikonasana pose. Lean back, wrapping your left sit bone under you. Look up at your right thumb. Oh, so good. Breathing in and breathing out. This time, rebend into your left knee and bring your hands down to the mat. We're going to heel toe the left foot over to the right side, setting up for pigeon pose. So let your left shin and knee drop down and walk your right knee and foot back. So you're really getting a good stretch in the front of that right side. Come upright and square off your hips and your chest. And as you feel ready, go ahead and release yourself down. Good time to grab a prop if you'd like, maybe a block or a blanket. And really letting everything go in the body, especially in the hips. Take your time and your breath to feel that release. Right, we can either hold on and resist, or we can let go and open. And that's really where we want to be in our practice, letting go and opening up. Use your breath. Let yourself sink into it as much as possible to get past the mental resistance, the physical resistance, the gripping. Right? We want to go to someplace else beyond all of that. Slow, deep, and steady breaths. Really letting yourself drop in. Audible exhales are certainly welcome. Good. All right. You may want to stay here. I know I'd like to stay here. Let's move on. We'll come back up and we're going to take a seated twist. So go ahead and sit down onto your left sit bone and swing that right leg all the way over across the left, bringing the sole of the foot to the floor. Draw your left heel in and kind of anchor down that right sit bone. So get as even as you can. Taking the right hand back behind you as a little kickstand, sit up tall, and then left arm can either grab the shin or elbow outside of knee. Breathing in as you sit up nice and tall. Breathing out as you encourage the twist to initiate from your belly button. As your ribs and your chest and your shoulders turn to the right, you'll kind of feel your belly sliding to the left. And then just see if you can also turn your gaze back past your right shoulder. Keeping nice steady breaths in and out. Feeling that delicious release as we bring out the spine. One more breath in. On the exhale, carefully, slowly, unwind to the opposite way. So counter open twist, keeping the chest lifted, drawing the ribs and the shoulders to the left. Release. All right, your choice for wanting to get into pigeon on the other side, it'll be the right leg that's forward. You may want to come to downward facing dog just to kind of stretch everything out. Or you could come just to tabletop if that feels better. And we'll just draw that right knee now to the outside of the right wrist. lowering the shin and the knee and the foot down. Kind of wiggling the left leg back and setting yourself up. I know I'd like to take a moment upright to really square off my hips and to get grounded, making sure that my right sit bone is even with my left. And then once I feel that that's in position, allowing myself to come down and getting into the pose. So nice breaths on this side. This side may pose some other challenges or fun stuff for you. So just be aware of it without any kind of judgment. It seems like the hips, change from day to day, and one side may like to take over the other. Just try to give them equal love, equal breath, equal attention in terms of, clearing out the dark cobwebby spaces. That's really what we're doing, is we're just bringing in light and space. So somewhere between effort and somewhere between ease, right? We find the magic. Oh, slow, deep, steady breaths as you really let yourself drop into it. It's been a while since I've been in pigeon, and I'm not going to lie, it feels really good. Really, really good. All right, yogis, off to the other side. Bring yourself up. Lean off onto that right sit bone. We're going to go ahead and swing the left leg around, setting up for Ardha Matsyendrasana, or seated twist. Ground both sit bones evenly. Take your left hand back behind you, close to your sacrum. Sit up tall, and then either grab your shin or bring your elbow to the outside of your left knee. And again, start your twist from your navel. Then start to draw ribs, chest, and shoulders around, and then maybe the chin as well. Take your time as you breathe up and down the length of the spine. Noticing how you're creating some spaciousness here and where you can maybe go a little deeper. One more big, beautiful breath in. And then exhale, we'll take that counter twist, opening to the other side, letting your chest rotate, your shoulders, your heart. Oh, so nice. Good. And then taking a moment to unwind and to release onto your backs. So stretch yourself all the way out. Take a full body stretch once you get down. Reaching your arms well overhead, stretching your toes away from you as if someone was pulling on your opposite ends. Get nice and long. Oh, beautiful. And then bringing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a good hug. We're going to open to happy baby. So grab the outer edges of your feet. Lift the soles of the feet up to the sky. And just take a gentle rock from side to side. If there is another pose or something else you would prefer to fit in right here at this part of the class, you are more than welcome to. Just give your backside a nice rock and roll and massage here. One more nice juicy opening for the hips. Maybe extend your legs long and take a straddle, pointing your toes away from you. And then bringing the legs down and setting yourself up for some quality time in Shavasana. So walking your hands away from you, turning your palms up, lift your tailbone off the ground and settle it a little bit further away from your heart, lengthening out your backside. Let your feet fall open, finding the far corners of your mat. Maybe those shoulder blades need to walk away from each other as well. Settling the eyes to close. Let's take a full breath in through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Melt yourself into the mat with each exhale. Feeling your back body releasing. Feeling the bones in the body get nice and heavy. Feeling your muscles, your connective tissue, your ligaments, all relaxing and softening. Letting your jaw go slack. Taking the time to release. Not being in a hurry, not being in a rush, no place to go. Let yourself have this moment of integration, this moment of reception, this moment of relaxation. You have earned it. And the practice really isn't complete without rest. Rest is, it's like putting the baking mix, if you're baking a cake, into the oven and making a cake. Shavasana is like making the cake. Keep softening with each exhale. Keep dropping in. Give yourself a few more moments here, or if you need to leave, that's fine too. Just know that you have fulfilled your practice and you've done something really, really nice for yourself tonight. Begin to let your awareness start to flow back into your body. Feel yourselves on your mat and in your space. Take a moment to notice your skin and the temperature around you, any noises near or far. And then take a breath in and just stretch your arms overhead. Go ahead and reach long, pointing the toes away from you. On the exhale, draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a good squeeze, like you mean it. Draw your forehead up to meet your knees, round into yourself, and just gently roll off to one side, cradling your head with your arm. Pause here. Just feel good. And then we'll rise up. Take your time to come back to your seat. Oh. Grab any props if you'd like. Take a different seated position if you'd like. Sit up nice and tall. Let's bring those palms together to meet and rub them one more time. Create that friction. Being grateful for the practice, bringing us together. Placing the hands over the heart center, close your eyes. Feel the warmth, feel the gratitude. Let it rise up into your heart space. Take this feeling, spread it around. As we go through this last month of the year, if you can believe it, let's try to find the joy and the positivity in everything. There will be challenges, but we can be the beacons of light. Let's bring our palms together, third eye center. It is always my honor and my pleasure to guide you. Thank you for showing up for yourselves tonight. Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I really loved having you in the house. Come back when you can.
That was so good.